Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, this video is going to be a little bit different. Today I want to go over the Rory and Mal podcast, how I feel about it, and if you guys can request any kind of feedback, if you guys can help me figure out if I can like this podcast, things like that. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But before that, I do want to say thank you guys so much for the people that have been watching, and also the people that are throwing up the hate comments talking about me talking on my channel. I'm sorry, but that probably is not gonna happen. I'm gonna keep talking on my channel. I'm gonna keep making videos the way I would like to. If you guys would like to watch, you guys can. But if you're watching for primarily Joe Budden Podcast content, I'm not only gonna do this content in the future. This is not gonna be all I do, and I don't care. This is going to be how I do my channel. If I'm getting flagged for having them talk for too much of the video or anything like that, I'm not going to let it roll like that. I'm going to continue to chop up the video. I don't care if it's 10-second, 15-second clips, but it's still the topic of my video. So I appreciate you guys, but it's not going to change. So let's get right into the video. So, like I was saying about the Rory and Mal podcast, I haven't been feeling it too much. I don't know personally how other people that have been watching my content, or the people that get access to my content, I don't know how they feel about it. I do see that you guys watch the Rory and Mal podcast often, because I can see the analytics of the people that watch my video roughly. I don't know exactly who's watching what. I can just see the top videos that are in common with you guys that you guys are watching. I've tried watching the Rory and Mal podcast, probably every episode that they've been on. I've tried watching portions of them. I quickly usually get out of it. I can't stay tuned for too long. They have really good skits. Their skits are fire. But it's more so like a show, and you're curious about what they're going to be doing. When I watch the podcast, though, it feels like no offense to the guys at all or anything like that. I don't mean it this way. When they came on the podcast scene, they came out with Joe. So I'm not saying this is a knock in any kind of way. They're figuring things out as they go on, and they don't have as many episodes, so it's not as easy for them to make these adaptations quickly. But when I watch the podcast, it just seems kind of stale. They do a lot of the jokes they did in the Joe Budden podcast, but they don't really talk about important things in life too much. It's quite often just relegated to sex, money, and women, and Rory's dog, and that's really it from what I've seen. They talk about music and stuff when it pops out, but their takes are not very nuanced. Their takes aren't very different, so when you hear them, it's not like you're hearing this crazy in-depth, knowledgeable, intellectual take that's going to take you somewhere mentally. Like, all the stuff that they say you've heard before somewhere as far as the music reviews. So I think they're just trying to figure out kind of what to do moving forward, how they want to get the podcast going. I do think Joe Budden was obviously the extra salt and sauce on the podcast. I think with his personality and him being so extra and him being able to put on for the camera, he's phenomenal. He would be phenomenal to work, in all honesty. So I do appreciate I appreciate the Rory and Mal podcast, but it's just not exactly my kind of thing. As I'm getting older, I'm liking more serious content. I'm liking more life related content, relationship type content, things like that. There's a lot of things that I cover here, so I'm not too crazy about it, but I do want to know how everyone else feels. I think Mal has almost completely talked I think Mal has almost completely talked about and only talked about sex on the podcast for the most part, which is like, it is what it is. But even with the skits, his portion of it, I don't know, he doesn't seem like he does a lot of the work behind the scenes. It really seems like it's Rory. And I remember before, when I was watching, I thought it was Joe and Rory that held up most of the bulk of the work, and Mal just didn't care, which is fine. But I feel like with only the two of them, and not having a Joe extra type character to kind of take your focus off of that, I think it does affect the show. I think it affects the show tremendously, actually. I know he's very laid back and he's supposed to be the cool guy and stuff like that, but I don't know if it's necessarily suited for a podcast. I do think Rory is suited for a podcast, the way he's opens up things like that. So I don't know. Sometimes when Mal was heated at Joe and he was on the Joe Budden Podcast for the last couple episodes and things like that, I enjoyed the rhetoric and him saying as much as he did, but he doesn't say very much in front of the camera, which is no knock to him. I understand. I wouldn't be, well, I kind of do talk about something, but I wouldn't put all my personal information out, and I get not wanting to do that, especially being older, coming from a different generation. But it's just, it's not hitting right for me. If this podcast is working for you guys, if you guys think the Rory and Mal Podcast is doing good, please let me know down below. If you guys have certain episodes that you guys like more than others, let me know about that. Let me know which kind of content you guys watch them for, and let me know how much you guys have been watching them as they continue to put out content, because I feel like their numbers haven't been that spectacular, especially when you come off the podcast with 900,000 subscribers. So let me know what you guys think down below. They're doing phenomenal. I really can't say much about that. They do have 200,000+ subscribers in very little time, so I don't know how quickly they're going to blow up or not. They don't put out very much content. If they put out more, they might have more numbers. So let me know what you guys think for sure. And if you guys think that Rory and Mal Podcast is better than the Joe Budden Podcast currently, I want to know that too. Oh, and where you rank Rory and Mal with the different podcasts, because I watch Flagrant too, and I noticed a lot of you guys watch Flagrant. It's starting to come up again on the audience list. So let me know how you guys view Flagrant 2 versus Rory and Mal versus Joe Budden, because it's just not hitting right. The comedy that they try to do isn't even the best in my opinion either. It's too much like dick jokes. That's the kind of humor it is. So it's just really low hanging fruit. But yeah, guys, if you guys like content like this, subscribe to my channel. If you guys like this video, like it, and if you guys have anything to say down in the comment box below, just comment below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.